Today on EOD Talks, we have our first alum couple, Srishti Agarwal and Rohan Khandelwal. We call him the SRK couple. To introduce them, Rohan is from the batch of 2017 and is currently working with Aditya Birla Group. Srishti is from the batch of 2018 and is currently working with A.T. Kearney. And yeah, we're really excited to have you guys and know your life during MBA and post MBA.
So basically, we all create memories here, and everyone, when they come to MBA, they create memories. So, what do you guys have as a first memory when you came to SP?
First of all, guys, thank you for having us. Now, talking about my first and the most cherished memory, I would say it was the visit to PG Lab in which we went to Lonavala. So that was one of the most exciting times because the entire batch, everyone interacts with each one of them, and then you also have a lot of day activities and engagements planned. But what's fun are the night times where we ended up playing a lot of Mafia throughout the night. A lot of partying, chilling was something that is one of the first most cherished memory that I have.
You knew about PG Lab before joining to SP?
No. So that was completely a very different experience because no one told us. We just knew that it's something that happens, but we didn't know. And we knew that there was an assignment that we have to do after that.
Okay.
But we didn't know that we would be taken to Lonavala and that to the entire batch.
About myself, I would like to go a little personal. So, my first memory is reaching GH, and there were three girls in like the opposite room, and then my roommate was there, and that group is like that's like my closest friends in SP. We still exist, and SP has given me like friends for life, I would say. So that is the best thing that I've taken from SP, apart from obviously all other professional and things. But on a personal level, those are the cherished gems I have.
I think like the memories which we create here, we take them for lifetime. So it's very nice.
So roommates and PG Lab. What were your favorite classes and who was your favorite professor?
For me, Renuka and Ashita ma'am, of course, in marketing.
Given.
All of the classes that we have done, that they've taken, were one of the best. And we had one more interesting subject in second year, which was marketing research, which was taken by Professor Suraj Kamuri.
Okay.
I think his lectures was like one of the best which I've attended in the 2 years. And there used to be like, because in second year you have to select your electives basis the number of points that you earn in the first year, and his was the first lecture that used to get so loud because and it had the highest number of points also. We wanted that lecture. So these were the one of the three were the best professors which I had.
For me, I love those classes where we had more practical things to do compared to theoretical. So there was this UGCA where a professor called Anitesh Barua, he used to come from Texas, and there was Capstone, then
Das.
yeah, I was forgetting the name, and then your design thinking classes. Like there are so many activities planned, negotiation class. So yeah, and there were two more classes in finance in first year. One was with Damle sir. So I was in a CADCOM and I was his co-host. So that was like he was a very warm personality. And then there was another professor for accounting. I really don't remember the name right now, but he also was an external faculty who used to come. So yeah, it's very hard to pinpoint just 2 or 3 classes, I would say.
Yeah.
So generally, the classes which we have, they are very like early, 9 a.m. classes are there. So were you like kind of bunk them or like like both of you? Did
I
you
had
bunk
to
some
come
of the
from
classes?
GH. It was like
Yeah.
next to the building.
It's
I
It's
managed.
annex to the catalog.
Yeah,
so.
I managed all my classes.
For me, getting to the 9 a.m. class was always a question mark because some of the alarms didn't work for me, and I think to this day they don't work for.
So it was a decision at 8:50 whether to go or not.
So thankfully I had some friends in a CADCOM with whom I could manage that. I didn't fail on the attendance part in any term.
Yeah, I know. I was the coco, so I had to come.
Yeah.
So a CADCOM.
And were you backbenchers or front benchers?
We did not have that concept. We were supposed to sit with our by our roll numbers.
In my in first year, it was followed very diligently. People used to sit as per the name tags only. So we never had a chance to select whether you want to be a
Oh,
front or a
damn.
backbencher. Happened a couple of times that people sat elsewhere, but then because it was always roll number wise, so professor is very strict. Ki, no, you have
Oh.
to sit as per your role, especially a couple of professors. So
And
everyone
class
needed-
participation marks.
Oh.
Right?
Participation.
So, for almost
we
every
had it for
subject.
there were 10 marks allocated for class
So
participation.
you guys, how diligent were you with pre-reads then?
Yeah, matlab, for
It
me,
was, I think, questionable, but DCP was obviously
Yeah.
a lot because
Yeah.
Since class participation
Yeah.
is there, so yeah.
and then slow claps for people doing a lot of DCP.
and it was so obvious.
Yes. Okay, so now we have OJS and Spring coming in, and there's a lot of activities going on. So, how intense was the rivalry between OJS and Spring during your time?
I think so. I was a part of the sponsorship team,
Hmm.
so definitely there was rivalry because because we ended up going to the same set of companies. Everyone had that same
Same-
database.
Hmm.
So and it's was like if you've been there first, then the second person goes. A lot of times it used to also happen that the company used to cancel the sponsorship because they're like, first there's someone from your batch who's already come. Now
Hmm.
you're also coming in. We don't know whether what's the need and all. So they
It's
used to
actually very
cancel.
difficult for the spawns team in particular because they have to reach
Exactly.
out to the same person.
So there had to be a lot of secrecy also. Okay, I'm approaching this company. I'm closing a certain amount with this company.
Hmm.
Then yes, there's some bit of rivalry in terms of participation also because a lot of events used to clash.
Hmm.
So just for our main events, we wanted there should be a lot of participation here. For sprint, they would want that it should happen on
Yeah.
ground.
Right.
So in terms of participation, also there was a lot of rivalry which used to happen. But I think everything was in a lot of good spirit only, not the cutter competition as I
you
would
guys,
say.
you were in OJS and
I was with Sprint.
oh damn, you guys are like
Yeah, but I think like even I was in sponsorship team.
Oh,
but,
wow.
I mean, again, different batches, different years. But when there used to be pro nights or any event, whole college would come together to be there. So, like we talk about all the rivalry and all, but towards the end, it's always one college.
Yes. And this one's for Rohan. So Rohan headed OJS Spawns, and generally in sponsorship team we generally see people coming from finance side, and you come from marketing, and you had no prior background in finance. So what was your incentive to be in Spawns and then actually head sponsorship?
I think for me, because I was earlier a sponsorship head during my undergrad years also at Delhi College of Engineering. So that's why I was somewhere inclined towards sponsorship, and actually it was the only place where I actually sat for an application because there used to be interviews for that as well. So I applied for only that position in OJS, and I wanted to be a part of this to head spons for OJS that time.
Yeah, that's nice. And so, since during OJS and Sprint, there are a lot of parties also that go around.
Yes.
So, what were like your favorite places to party around in across Mumbai, and like where were you?
I think not only during OJS and Sprint, but in general also.
Yeah, in general also.
In order to get a respite from all the day-long classes and all, I think for us the go-to place was definitely RP and Roadhouse Blues, which is just outside the campus. But then we explored more places around, like Tapanderi is good.
Yeah.
Then
Tab, I think every batch goes to Tab.
so we discovered one very cost-effective place in Juhu, which was Quench.
Okay.
So something that we did it in second year, and along with that, I think Take It Easy it had a nice rooftop, and Bora
And
Bora.
it used to host all our freshers and farewell parties at that time. Not sure if it is still there.
Okay.
But and then I don't think Agent Jack is still there. It's on Veera Desai Road. So it opened during our second year, and it had that
Close with your
BSc. No, it had that BSc concept that like it's a stock market for the drinks.
Okay.
So
Oh.
that was again cost effective
So
in its own way.
we generally go to Dulali, that's there. So that is also very cost effective, and they generally have during Wednesdays they have a quiz or something, so they provide free, like once you answer a question in quiz, they provide you a free glass of beer.
Oh,
So that is
that's
also very
nice.
cost effective for us.
Dulali was still there, but I'm not sure if it was very famous with our batch.
Not with
Ah,
us
in
for
our
sure.
batch it's very
I've
famous.
never gone to Dulali.
In our batch, it's very famous.
So, how did you guys actually get to know each other?
So definitely we didn't meet on campus.
Okay, interesting story.
And we have a very interesting story to that also. We both were part of
The
Line.
campus finalist for Line.
Campus
Oh,
finalists for Line.
So
Wow.
we shared the same
Same
stage, and but still
Different
we
teams.
different
Yeah.
teams.
I mean,
Oh,
his
okay.
was the only second year team who won that.
Mine was
campus
the
round.
winners team. They were not the winners. So
We actually
So-
managed to be in the same, finalist, 5 first year team. So yeah, but again, we don't have any memory. We do have pictures together from that competition.
from Line, yes.
It's on YouTube as well, but
Oh.
no memories. It's an arranged marriage.
Marriage,
very
yes.
sorry.
So we never met on campus. So that's why she said, that Line thing where we shared the stage as finalists.
Okay.
Still, we didn't know that we were on the same stage together.
Oh.
So it was after SP.
So there was no interaction during college when you were in first year and he was in second year? Not
zero interaction.
Not even as a senior, nothing.
Nothing. Because like different specializations, she was in IM, I was in marketing. I have interacted with a few more people in marketing, and also I had some friends who were in the junior batch, but with Srishti I never had a chance to interact with her that time.
That's really interesting. How stressful were placements back then?
I think equally stressful as they would have been today, because for me personally, autumns were more stressful
Okay.
because I was probably one of the last people to get placed, but I think because of that I was again the first one to get placed in finals. So I believe it's kind of linked in some way, but I think one good thing in SP compared to any other B school is when we have our placements, we have such strong bonds within each other that everyone is supporting. And if you go to, if you ask anyone from other B school, there is such strong rivalry between, students. But that's not the case with SP. I remember people, even if when they got placed, they would still stay back, help out with the process, help out their, batchmates to get placed, conduct mock interviews. So that's like the amazing thing that SP has.
Yeah, even I have seen, like when we came to campus, so the second years they were going through autumns, and till the last person was placed,
Yeah,
everyone was
nobody-
kind of
Nobody would
helping them
even
out.
celebrate actually.
People used to
till-
stay on campus
Exactly.
itself.
Yeah.
But we like kind of make mistakes as well during our journey. So any mistake that you think you made and you could rectify when you look it back.
I think during SP there were no mistakes at all, and I think everything was a part of experience. I don't think there's any mistake that I would say that I made and I would want to rectify it. I think the 2 years which I had, if they happen again, like the same way would be great. for
Maybe
me.
I would go back to the line and notice who the team was in second.
Oh. Nice. Okay, so both of you are in different domains. Srishti is in consulting, while Rohan is in, you are in FMCG marketing. So how do you guys manage time, and how does the work-life balance look for both of you?
So for me in marketing, I think there are periods in which you have a lot of work, and the period because whenever any campaigns go live, whenever you're a part of new product launches, then there's a lot of stress that happens. But I think somehow over the last 6 years I've been working, because I was with Nestle earlier, now with the Birla Group. So now managed to realize that how do you pace your work accordingly. I think most important is to prioritize during work, because you know what needs to be done tomorrow, what needs to go after a week, so you can actually pace it out, and this way you're able to enjoy your weekends, even weekdays, post office. So there's not a lot of stress due to work, especially when you get home.
Agreed. I mean, even in consulting, the kind of projects I'm in, again, there is a high and a low period. Obviously, high period would be hectic ones, but then you do learn to balance it out. I mean, you need to maintain a balance, right, between work and life.
That's what like MBA teaches us, and that's what you
Exactly.
apply in your companies.
Yes.
But I think for me, my MBA days were like too haywire. Doing case competitions, participating in other activities, managing with a lot of other things. So that used to happen.
And as you mentioned that, so there are a lot of activities going on. Like there's PORs, there's coaches, then there's case comms, there's ACADS. Then you have to network also with the batch. So according to you, what is it that we need to focus on? Because at times it gets overwhelming for us to even decide what to prioritize. So what according to you is something that has stayed for long and is the most important thing?
I think all the 5 things that you mentioned are important because you need to have some position or responsibilities. You need to do case competitions. Like ads also, you should have decent. You should score decently. But I think in terms of case competition, I've seen a lot of people getting overwhelmed because a lot of case competitions come in together.
Yeah.
So people end up registering as like one person registering for 3 or 4, 5 competitions at a time. It's instead of doing that, I would suggest and recommend strongly that pick up 1 or 2 case competitions that you think that you would want to do very seriously, put in stronger efforts, so that at least you make it to the campus finalist and go to the next round, at least get a PPI. Because this is also a way in which you can get out of the placement process and be a lot stress free, especially in the second year. That if you can crack a case competition, get a PPI and a PPO, you don't have to go through the entire grind of the placement process.
Case comms are rewarding in that aspect actually.
Yes, but you have to manage because a lot of people face issues managing that with ACADS, OJS or sprint, then PORs. So it's like that you don't get involved in all of them. Select a few and then participate.
So we are the lucky batch, the first batch possibly, who does not have the 12 a.m. curfew, and we can actually come in after 12 a.m. How is it for you guys to, come in before 12? And did you find any way to manage that?
So, I mean, I've never paid the fine, but whenever we used to be late, we would just do a night out. I think a very famous place with our batch was going to Marine Drive. Then spend some time over there, have a hearty breakfast at what is that place? Matungawala. Ramashray. Yeah. So go to a Ramashray for a South Indian breakfast and come back by 6 decently. Given you don't have 9 a.m. classes. So.
For me, I've ended up paying a lot of fines because post 12 it was 300 rupees, then after 1 it was 500, so I've ended up paying a lot of fines. But I think later on our batch found a way of coming back to campus without getting noticed, so that you could avoid fines on a everyday basis. So but I think that's a little restricted now with your batch and the new construction that's happened on campus.
But we don't need it.
And we don't need it now.
The lucky batch.
Yes.
We are very lucky to have this, and thanks to ESCOM for that.
Yes, thanks to ESCOM.
So now we have some rapid fire questions for you. So this is for both of you. What were you if you were not an MBA grad?
Probably still continue to be an engineer and working with IOCL.
Okay.
I think maybe with the IT industry.
Okay. So you would have not done an MBA.
Actually, I wanted to do an MBA during my college. I mean, engineering only. So I actually had marketing as one of my electives. So I think I just wanted to do it for some reason.
Okay, if you were to exchange each other's roles, so let's say if Rohan gets into consulting and you get into marketing, what is the first thing that you would want to do?
In consulting, especially stop working on Excels, and move to PPT formats.
If it's like you must be having some travel destinations. So any one travel destination which you have in your bucket list and you want to go?
I think one that we have on our bucket list is Iceland, of course. So we are planning it earlier, but we ended up going to Spain that time. But
It's
I think
just
that's
good to see you guys chilling. So we just feel that someday when we get to that level, once we graduate.
Iceland particularly for the Northern
Northern
Lights.
for Northern
Yeah.
Lights experience, and especially because it was in news that in the next couple of years the sighting is going to be much better
Oh,
than what has happened in the last 50 years.
Oh.
nice. That's nice.
And in other places, Antarctica. That's
Oh,
Yes.
again, that's one place we are talking about. Let's see.
So not go there, but there's a
Yeah.
cruise that touches in
Ah,
Antarctica
sure.
and comes back.
oh,
Wow.
nice.
That's nice. Okay, this one's for Rohan. What's the best marketing campaign that you've seen so far? Your favorite one?
Actually, I've done one marketing campaign which was on Masala and Magic with Juhi Chawla.
Oh.
I think that is one of the best campaigns which I've done till now.
You were a part of the campaign. You were driving.
Yes,
As
yes,
when you were in Nestle.
yes.
Interesting.
When it comes to personal finances, who is the one who is more organized?
I think Srishti is the one more organized in that.
Do you have any comments on this?
In general life, he's more organized. Not sure. Personal finance. Yeah, maybe.
Hmm.
I think we both manage equally.
Okay, and this in this busy schedule, who manages to cook dinner?
We actually both do it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's
Yes.
really
Both,
nice.
because I mean, like these days, both of both partners are working, so you just find out a way.
And with my experience on Maggi Masala and Magic, I've actually learned
That's
how do you cook a bit. So, thought about that, I've learned to cook now.
But you do cook things apart from Maggi.
No, I can actually cook proper food now.
Wow.
I can cook vegetables and it's like other things I can cook.
And in the process, you you kind of like cooking as well. It kind of becomes your hobby as well.
Well, sometimes, so it's not every day that I like to cook. It's like some days after coming from office, so it's just like a stress buster for me. They cook a small dish or something.
That's a
So-
nice way to spend time together as well.
True. Alright, so thanks for being here, and it was nice speaking to you, and it was a pleasure. So yeah, thanks you from me from EOD Talks.
Thanks for having
Thank
us,
you.
and it's always great time coming back to campus.
Yes.
I hope you enjoy your journey ahead, and thanks a lot.
Yes.
Thank
Best
you.
of luck to you.
Thank you.